Hello, how you guys doing?
What's going on?
Yes, they are, and I'm like going back to work, so I just want to.
Good morning. I mean, good morning. Good afternoon.
You guys can't be scaring me like that.
Oh, why?
I'm ready to go, and I'm like getting nervous here.
No. I'm glad that you made time to, come out here and do all that. You guys ready?
Hi.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? So I hurt my back and like I'm like in so much pain, but I was like, you know what? I'm dedicated to you guys. So I stuck around and held that and still hosted this for you guys because I want to make sure that you guys, the dedicated people keep going, no matter what it is, right?
We appreciate your sacrifice, Christian.
Absolutely. And so, did you guys complete what I asked? All right, go ahead, Tiana.
I'm pulling it up. Give me a second.
No worries.
I'm sorry, what was that question? Did we do what?
Did you guys find out your why?
All right.
All right, go ahead and share it with the team.
Yeah. So a little bit again. I'm Tiana. We're still getting to know each other, but a little bit of background. My sisters and I started our photo booth business this year in honor of our mom. She passed away of colon cancer, and so this is like our dedication to her and her legacy. So our why is, of course, to make her proud and continue on her legacy. We're doing this for passive income, of course. We're doing this for generational wealth and for fun, and just to build our connection as well as siblings. I know some people like don't get in bed with your family and, don't get in business with your family, but we found that it has been actually really healing and helpful for us. So that has been great. Yeah, so that's our biggest why. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
So whenever you feel like giving up, you go back to that. You go back to that, and you remember, hey, this is my why. Right, Misty, did you have yours?
Yeah, I wrote down something kind of quick here, but just basically like my goal is why I'm doing this is to create like residual income, support my family and to also empower other women and people that they can do it too, and individuals. And then also just for my children, I just think that it's important that we set by example.
Yeah.
You know, them seeing me push myself to do things greater than just my 9 to 5. I think that that's empowering for them. So that's what I put down for now as well.
Mute this person. But yeah, thank you for sharing that, Misty. You know, we all have our reasons why we start things and all that. Today is gonna be more of a darkroom type course. So like I'm gonna go over darkroom. Any questions that you guys have. I know some people have the mirror booth and some people have the photo, the Chloe or the portable photo booth, or thinking about getting either or. What I want to do something today. I know I told you guys that I was gonna have a syllabus and things, but there are some questions that arose, and I said, you know what? Let's go over any darkroom questions so that we can address them, so that we could clear the air and clear the air and make sure like you understand darkroom booth. Any questions on anything? Do you know what darkroom booth is? Raise your hand if you don't know.
Hey, Christian, I'm gonna be staying off camera. It's Kate and Rob. I just had major sinus surgery today and I have blood down my face because I had sinus, procedures done. So I'm not gonna be on camera because I'm not feeling good, but I am gonna try to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yes, no worries. Thanks for letting me know. Brittany, how are you? If you have a video, it'd be awesome if you could tell everybody hello. If not, it's okay. Hey, Brittany, how are you?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
I have me and then Mark over here as well. But
Hey, Mark, how you doing, Mark?
Hey, doing good, bud. Appreciate
Good,
you.
good. So we're gonna today, Misty, do you have your booth yet, or do you not?
I do have a booth, and in my booth, I think this is what you're mentioning. I have the software, Darkroom software. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, darkroom booth. Yes, darkroom booth software. Is that what you? Perfect.
That's the software that I have for my current photo booth. Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is gonna be awesome because we run darkroom as well. You have a portable photo booth, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So
And I take it and attend it.
and how well do you know the booth?
Well, I will say this, back kind of to the beginning when I first opened up, it was something I had to almost like self-teach myself. I think I even guys in from Best Buy for that, because it was, once I had it set up, I didn't know what to do for Darkroom. I do know that they have a customer service, but like coming in and not knowing anything, it was difficult. One thing I have never done is like when you talk about overlay and creating my own or purchase templates, that would be something that's like interesting to me. And
Absolutely.
then, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go over that, Misty, today. Tiana, you have anything in particular you want me to go over?
Not with Darkroom, not the mirror booths, right? Just the regular Darkroom.
No, if you have mirror booth, I could also show you that today.
Okay, my biggest question is how to move the phone number thing from the bottom of the screen.
Perfect. I can definitely show you how to do that. All right. And then Brittany, I know you're getting your booth in October, correct?
yes, I am. I actually emailed him. We're going to make a Dallas trip to visit next Thursday. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Josh to see if that was doable. We're coming from Lubbock, so it's kind of
I'll be in the office. What time are you trying to come in?
4 and between 4 and 4:30.
Yeah, so I'll be in the office till about 5:30. So I'm sure it
Okay.
can work. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so we'll be there. We'll be there next Thursday.
Perfect. Sounds good. Hold on just 1 second. I think this is somebody who wants to join in. Oh, I guess not. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. You guys see it? All right, so this is Darkroom. Darkroom software is the brains of your photo booth, right, Tiana? So this is what's gonna tell you're gonna tell what your booth This is what tells your booth what to do. The first thing we're gonna go over to 2 things today. We're gonna go over how to design and how to switch and how to switch the mirror booth so the numbers will show up on the top and not on the bottom. Okay, this will work for both of you guys, for the portable photo booth and the mirror booth. So right here,
I just have one quick question. Does the mirror booth have a different software than it's the same, they use Darkroom too?
yes, it's just the way we do it is it operates different. It operates different. So like instead of going here, what I would do is I'd be messing with device control. All right, so quick little fact, whenever for Tiana, and did you get the mirror 3, Brittany? Yeah, so you got the mirror 3 too. So all these right here, you see where it says before photo, during photo, hold on, just let me go to the sample mirror. This is where you're able to change the videos. So a track mode would be your startup screen. Then the booth command, this will always stay the same. The only video that would change was whenever you have different events and you want, hey, this is you know, happy birthday, Brittany, you know, or whatever it is, you know, and you want to change it to like different colors. You can create on Canva, you can create on Photoshop, you can create wherever, you can find some online, all these things, you can do that. And this is where you'll be able to change it. A track mode. Before and after photos is where you would change all that stuff. So it's very easy, self-explanatory. You don't want anything during the photo because you're taking a photo. And after photo would be after photo 1. So like once the picture takes, what do you want it to say afterwards? So you would put a video in there as well. I have a buddy of mine, all those mirror booth owners, I have a buddy who gives us 10% off his videos. So everybody, I'll show you his website. It is, write this down if you guys are interested, mirror booth animations.com. He's a buddy of mine that I know for a while. And he does all types of animations. So he does for Darkroom, and then he has all these different sets. Let me know when you guys type it in.
Do you know if he does 360 animations as well?
That's a good question. I can reach out to him and I can get you that answer tonight. I'm gonna do that right now. So like he has all types of let me look him up. Let me see where he is. He has all types of different languages, you know, but he does all types of cool little things. Like for example, you click on sets. Internet's kind of slow. And then you can choose from various things. It's very cool. So I have a bunch of these. I have a barber set. I have a baseball set. You know, I got the basic set. So, you know, you want to mix it up to the theme if you want to. That's all up to you. That's all up to you what you guys want to do. Now, and I will put it in the chat what the code is. Let me see. It is 10% PVI. So that's for mirror booth animations. So you guys get 10%. All right. So to answer your question, Tiana, to change the text to go, you know how yours is on the bottom. on the top, it's gonna go, you're gonna hit edit screen. You're gonna go to the screen tab. You're gonna go edit. And then what you're gonna do is when it says add input, you're gonna click this. You're gonna go position and size. And you're literally just gonna put X position, Y position, and you're gonna hit 0. And you hit OK, and now it's gonna be up here. Hit save. So if I wanted to run, the mirror booth with, photo to phone or photo email, I hit start booth. Hit OK, hit OK. It might not do it because I don't have to touch here to start. And then you see how it's on the top. Be able to type in your number. You got it? Any questions? Any other questions regarding the mirror booth? No questions? Perfect. All right, Misty, I'm gonna teach you how to design regarding in here, okay? So in here, Darkroom, it's super easy. You go to the output tab, hit choose, and you're gonna go, you can either add new, add, or edit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit edit this one. I'm gonna start from scratch, delete, 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 delete. Let's say we're doing a 2 by 6. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and hit right click. So what I can do is I'm gonna hit right click and I can add photos, I can add text, I can add artwork, I can add shape, lines, barcode, signature, whatever you want by hitting right click in the design. So if I want to edit this template, I would click on the bottom left corner, it says edit template, and I can choose the color that I want. What's your favorite color, Misty?
I like pink.
Pink, perfect. We're gonna do something along the lines of.
You're somewhat showing me how to do a template like from scratch.
Yes.
So you can just kind of click delete and delete it to make it.
Yeah, and you can say yes. Hit OK. Let's say you would like that pink color, right? So you want the background to be pink, right? So what I use and what I do is I go to google.com. Google's your best friend. And what we're gonna do is let's say you're doing a wedding, right? Yeah, we're doing a wedding.
Let's talk weddings. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk weddings. So let's say we want, wedding flowers. PNG. So that we're gonna find something along the lines, DJ. Perfect. Let's say we want something along the lines of, here are some files that you can download for free. Things like this. You can find any ones that you like. This one right here, you can download.
So I can't see that part right now. I don't know if you're able to share that, just to get an idea.
Can you see
that? Template.
What can't you see?
Your web browser.
Let
Like
me
your
Google. Right now, I'm just looking at the pink template.
Oh, okay. Let me. Oh, you know what? Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
And then do the entire screen. Hold on.
Thank you. And so this is good. This is good to know if somebody wants something somewhat customized with.
Yes.
You have a wedding, they want pink and da 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 da.
Yeah, so usually what I ask is, hey, what are your wedding colors? Or they're gonna tell me pink, white, and gold. So I know that I'm probably gonna have like a pink background with a gold frame around the pictures and white and gold letters. right? Because you wanna set yourself apart. You don't want to just have basic generic stuff, because
Right.
the thing is like if you don't, like, here are a few, like, remember how I showed you? Here are a few of my you guys see this? Like, hey, this is a design that I did for Irma Marsh, right? This is a high school. You know, this is a Sweet 16 that I did here, right? A Sweet 16. So just different things like that that I did. Here's a quinceañera that I did.
Do you focus mainly on like a lot of 5x7s? I noticed that you're showing those opposed to like the 2.6s.
I do a lot of 4x6 photos.
4x6.
Yes, I do a lot of 4x6s. The reason why is because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I charge a little bit higher than most people, just because
You're establishing a business.
yeah, my quality is not like, I wasn't charging these prices when I was starting out. You know, anywhere between, I charge anywhere between $850 to $1,200 for 3 hours.
And then when you first started out, what were you looking at?
I was always.
I know that it ranges from like graduation parties to like weddings. I mean, I think that was like a struggle that I.
Yeah, good question. So I started off at $125 an hour.
Okay.
I started off at $125 an hour, and I wasn't as established as what I know now. So, like, I know Darkroom like the back of my hand. So I know how to troubleshoot anything and almost everything. I'm always learning. You know, there's not a day. Oh, you know, I learned something new. Like yesterday, I was doing a training for somebody, and I learned something new while in training. I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty neat. I didn't know that I could do this." But how do I learn that? Is because I practice a lot. I practice quite a bit with, you know, doing this. So the darkroom, learning how to do darkroom, learning how to design, learning how to do all these things will differentiate yourself from other photo booth owners. Because think about it, people are not going to remember what type of photo booth you had. Yes, they will. Wow, that's, if you have the Mirror 3, people are going to be like, dang, that's nice. But what they're going to remember is customer service. And what they're going to remember is what they take home with them. Because that's the last thing that they're going to see from you. Right? They're going to see the overlay and they'll be like, oh, I don't really like this overlay. Or I didn't like this, how this was done. Or I didn't like the customer service. They're going to remember those two things. That's why I set myself apart with the designs that I do. Because I want people to remember that. Like, dang, that's a nice design. Wow, that great customer service is phenomenal. Hey, I love the way Pinky Promise photo booths talk to me. I love how they addressed me. I love how all this. I love everything about that. You know, I love their designs. Right?
And also, at what point in your business, because you said you've been doing this for about
a year and a half already.
At what point in your business did you say, you know what, I'm going to switch this? And I know that it's important that, you know, you're looking for a targeted audience to get that higher level. But at what point did you feel comfortable to say, you know what, this is my prices now? Like, like 6 months later.
Great question. This might sound like, because I work here and stuff like that, but it was when I started following Josh's story. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be working here if I didn't believe in Josh and I didn't believe what we do here. I love what we do here. We hear, like, where else? What other company sits down with photo booth owners and helps you understand everything about this? What other company sits down and gives you Wednesday workshops, talks about different things that you guys have questions on? Darkroom, you know, business needs, things like that. You know, we help you guys maintain sustain. So it was when I bought my second booth, which was the Mirror 255, was that it switched for me. And I really learned the photo booth. And I said, you know what? I can't be charging $400 because I saw the competition, and I don't think it is a competition. I just saw the other photo booth owners, and I said, what do I need to do? And I just said, hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna perfect what I know, and I'm gonna be good at it. You know, what do you guys say? Jack of all trades, but master of none. I want you to be a master at your photo booth. Make $1 million on your photo booth. That's what Josh did. That's what Josh did. And that's what is going to differentiate you guys from from being able to stand apart and be able to take it to the next level. Right? Small things like the designs, knowing Darkroom. What happens if like you don't know that, with something I learned so much is like when your paper starts to run out and starts to curl up, that's when you know that's low on paper. Right? Things like that you need to pay attention to. Like, hey, I need to, every time I switch the ink, I need to switch the paper. Every time I switch the paper, I need to switch the ink.
And for most DMP printers, that's what I have. I don't even know,
Yeah.
it's probably outdated. I think when I went to Las Vegas, they had bigger ones that did bigger things, but they do go hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. So
And,
just
and
things like
also,
that.
I do believe there is a way on some, like my photo booth, or it might be through Darkroom to
Mhm.
actually check how many prints you have left.
Exactly. And I can show you that.
Sometimes I don't remember that. So I'm like looking at my paper and I get scared and it's like,
Yeah, no worries. I can show you how to do all that too. No worries. We'll run through that real quick. But let's go through the design here. So I wanted it pink. We're doing something small. We're just going over designs today for all those people who are new learning. So I use cleanpng.com, CLEANPNG.com. Those are the things that I get a lot of stuff from. Can you guys see my screen? All right, perfect. You guys can see the browser, right? Perfect. So cleanpng.com. I download PNG files for free here. And let's say we're wanting flowers. I hit flowers and it sends me like different borders. If I want to add this into the overlay, if I want to add this, if I want to add this, I mean, anything I want, anything, it's super easy, super small. So let's go ahead and use this one, the flower pattern background. You can just say free download. And it's gonna go here and it's gonna download. And I'm just gonna save it over into my desktop, like on my desktop, right? I'm gonna rename it. I'm just gonna put flowers. Hit okay, I'm gonna go back to Darkroom. I'm gonna hit right click, add artwork, browse, desktop, and here's my flowers. You see here, and I can just make it as big as I want. Like let's say I want it on the bottom. I just want this part to show, or you know what, I want this part to have it right here, right? I want this, Control C, Control V, because I want it also on the bottom. I'll put it here. I can rotate this if I want to. I say, hey, rotate clockwise, rotate clockwise. I mean, hold on just one second. Jesus. Let's say I just want it like this, right? I just want these flowers to be right here. Let's say I want these flowers to be right here exactly, right? And I want the lettering to be right here, right? So we're gonna use that. I'm gonna hit right click. I'm gonna add text. And I'm gonna say Mr. and Mrs. Joe. Hit okay. Boom. You see now you're starting adding the pieces together. It's starting to look nice. It's starting to look like you know what you're doing. Like it's not just something, I just put like something that doesn't make sense. Right? When I want to add photos, I hit add photos, photo 1. I hit okay, and then I just resize it. And I just want it to be right here. And I'm just gonna hit Control C, Control V, Control V. And I'm gonna move these down. So what do you think I should do from here? Somebody who knows Darkroom?
Save.
But what am I missing?
Your photos have to go in order, so they
Yeah.
all say one.
Good job. Yeah. So what do I need to do? I need to change it here. Just simple double click, delete this, add photo 2. Double click these, photo 3. There you go. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. Let's say you want them a little bigger. Right there. You align it however you want. Just line it there. Hey, let's say you want, I don't know, you want to add a frame because it looks too plain to you. Double click it, draw a frame around the photo. Let's say you want it to be, I don't know, it's pink and gold. So you want a gold frame. So let's say this is the gold that they have. I hit OK. Frame size, pixels. The bigger this number, the thicker the lines are going to be around the frame. Hit OK. And you see, adds a frame. Now it looks like the picture is inside a frame versus here it looks a little like empty, right? Same thing. Draw a frame around the photo. One thing that you could do is, let's say you like a certain color. You can change these RGB numbers. I'm just gonna make one up. Let's say it's 145, 45, and 75, right? So that's the color. I can hit add custom color and it's gonna go right here. So it'll always stay there until you change it. Hit OK, and then that's my frame color. See? And then go here, draw a frame photo, and then my custom color is right here. Hit OK. Now you see the difference in like how I went from going from something really nice or something really basic and plain to, you know, you could put a hashtag up here, hashtag Joe's, you know, hashtag whatever it is, you know, Joe's before bros. Question.
Yes. Is there like guidelines that where they can all line up equally that you can
Yes.
pop
Good
up on here?
question. Good question. So let's say I would probably do right here, right click, align, and I would center it. Right click, align, I would center it. Right click, align, and I would center it. So now everything's centered. I want this one centered too. Align, center, and it centers. Right click, align. Good question. Right, and then on this one, there's a drop shadow. So if you see, I drop a drop shadow beneath the text. That's why it has like that little shadow in the back. Adds a little touch to it. I would probably add one more thing. I would probably copy this. And then I would just bring it down. And I would probably put like the date right underneath. And let's say 08/18.2021, hit OK. And now you just added something. I'll probably make this a little bit smaller so it doesn't take the entire thing. So now align center, align center. And then you just made yourself a pretty decent overlay, right? If you want to add like what I do, and like, you know, this is a great tool when you don't know how to use Photoshop and Canva. You know, once you this is a great, like this is how I started designing my overlays, right? This is amazing because I love Darkroom that you can design it here and you can save it and you can duplicate things. right? So what I would recommend is I go into Google, and I would probably, because I don't really like that background, I would probably use something that's like white and gold. And pink PNG background. So I'd probably use something along the lines of this, just so it can add a little more touch to it, right? Something like this, then that would add something. Even this would be nice. This might be nice. You know, this one, want to have balloons, you can have balloons. Find whatever you like, right? You want this one. Hit right click, save image as. I would say gold and pink to my desktop. And I would just go back to my Darkroom. You guys remember how to add a file? Any questions? Misty, how do I add the picture?
All right, okay. You go to add.
So how do I get to add?
So you go to, hold on. Is it, let me look at my notes.
Yeah, no worries. This is how you learn.
Okay.
Brittany, you're
So
next.
right click, and then go to add.
Yeah, right click, or you can do it right here, add artwork.
Artwork at the bottom.
Yeah, you know, you can do both, right? You hit browse, desktop, so that's why I saved it. And here's my golden pink file. I'm gonna go right click, fill entire page, boom, right? This is just for educational purposes, right? So here, so we got an issue here, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the issue?
Masked up your
It's
whole.
like zoomed in.
It's like zoomed in, but most importantly, what I can't see anything in my photos and things like that. What do you think the issue is? What do you think I should do?
Send to back.
Send to back. Look at you, Brittany. Right? You can order, send to back, and there you go. Right? And maybe we can, since you know, you say you didn't like the first design, right? You wanted to go ahead and delete this. And you could probably find something else that would fit. You know, you can make you can make your pictures a little bigger and say, hey, this is what I want to do. You know, it's just playing with it, right? It's just finding what you want to do, how you want to do it. Obviously, these aren't the same size, but for educational purposes. Right, so I would probably put like something along the lines of like here, and like I would make this bigger, and I would probably put like you could put your company logo here, or you could probably put like hashtag Pinky Promise Photo Booth, hashtag, you know, whatever photo booth you have, hashtag, whatever it is, you can put it up here. So now this looks like a pretty decent overlay, right? And we just put the pieces together. We don't need to recreate the wheel. We don't need to try to invent the wheel. People have designed this already. You know, you can find all these cool things on stock, on Shutterstock. You can find all these cool designs and pictures that you can just put together, and you can have a perfect overlay. Now, if you like creating and you want to go above and beyond, like sometimes I like to do, and that's when Photoshop comes into play, and that's when other things come into play, and it's all up to you. But don't you think that this is a pretty nice overlay? Doesn't look bad. It
I think it
doesn't
looks
seem like,
good.
yeah, it looks it.
Takes like 10, 15 seconds once you know the
Yeah,
program.
literally, once you know, take 10, 15 seconds, 20, you know, it shouldn't take you more than 25, 30 minutes to put something together,
Right.
right? The only reason why it takes you so long is because you don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And when you don't know how to use it, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get upset, and then your photo booth is gonna get collect, and it's gonna collect dust, and then I'm gonna get a phone call saying my photo booth ain't making money, and I'm gonna say, hey, when's the last time that you took it out? And then if I were to go to your house, where would I find it? And then they'd be like, in the garage, and then I'd be like, you know what? So that sounds like a personal problem, and that's not my problem, right? I can give you all the tools, I can give you all the things that you need. If you don't apply them, if you don't go and make money, if you don't want to go out and talk to people, not get in front of the camera, then I can't do anything for you. That's the truth, right? I didn't make $6,000 last month just sitting on my tail waiting for something to find in my lap and happen, right?
So
Go ahead.
what was the best for you when you started out? What was the best like advertising? Like, how did you get your name and your product out there? Like, what did you personally?
Great question. Number one thing is get in front of the camera. People want to see who you are. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't follow that rule until a few months ago when Josh was like, you need to blog stuff. You need to tell them stuff. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I've done, like, I'll post on my Instagram. I'll post on my Google My Business. I'll do all these things. Like I just posted like one thing and it got like 150 views just today. And I got 3 inquiries through Instagram just today. You guys don't believe me? I'll show you.
And when you say get in front of the camera, just talking about like your photo booth business.
So look, yes. So this right here, you guys see that? 3 inquiries. What did I say 4? 3. I had to follow up to 4 people, right? But 3 inquiries just today for wanting my photo booth for Sunday, October 10th, Thursday, December 16th, 2021, and May 7th of 2022. I'm already booked up. You guys won't believe it, but I don't have any openings for the first half of next year. May, June, January, February, and March, completely booked. It's possible. Is
It's
Johnny
awesome.
here today? Johnny was saying, hey, I want 44 events, right? It's possible. But the thing is that you have to put in the work. You have to learn Darkroom. And that's why I'm here, teaching you guys how to use it, mastering it. So that when things arise, oh my gosh, I got a phone call the other day and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't see my photos. It was like this. The pictures aren't coming out. And I said, when's the last time, when did you do your overlay? Last night. Oh, okay. So you did it in a rush and you didn't practice and now you're freaking out. This is not somebody that bought from me. It's one of my friends. Okay, that's why I'm giving him that. That's why because he started a photo booth business and he's actually running one of mine now because he wants to get into the photo booth business. But he called me. I was like, hey, learn the booth, learn the Darkroom software. He's one of my employees that's working for me. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I said, did you practice Darkroom? No. I said, no, okay, that's the number 1 mistake. Number 2, how do you open up Darkroom? Well, I don't know. That can't happen. That can't happen. You have to learn your booth, learn everything what's going on. So like Brittany who said, all you gotta do is right click, send to back. Boom. Save as. And we're gonna name this Meet the Joes. Save. And here it is, choose. Cool little trick. Let's say I hit edit on this and I put a 1 in front of it, like save as, and I put a 1 in front of it. It's gonna be on the very top right here. Hit choose, and there it is. My overlay, this is what's gonna come out. All right, any questions? What's up, Brittany?
So one of our package options, we kind of were thinking of like offering more than just one background
Like an
option.
overlay? When you say
Yeah,
background,
Yeah, that kind of like just like what we just did. So that's what you guys call overlay, right?
yes, overlay or template.
Okay, so like different option, like one package will have 2 different ones, or one package will have 4 that they can choose, or their guests can choose from. Is that like, is it easy to do that?
Absolutely. Great question. Look, you see where it says print alternate? You see where it says that? I'm gonna check this.
Yeah.
So boom, click, and I'm gonna hit print alternate, and I'm gonna say add template right here. I'm gonna go add, and let's say grandpa and grandma are having a retirement party. Finally, after 30,000 years, they finally want to retire, right? And then 40th dad, grandpa and grandma's parents, son wants to have a 40th birthday party. Oh, and the daughter also wants to have a 15th quinceañera all at the same day because they all want to save money and they don't want to have each, they want to just have all together because they're one big happy family. I hit choose. This is the 40th one. I add template. Let's say I want to do this one. Choose. And so it'd be right there. I hit OK. How many photos you click on the top here and you want it to say match output, right? Because you might have one with a single pose, you might have one with 3, and you might have one with 4 photos. So you want it, the one that you click, you want it to match the output. All right. So I have it checked. I hit start booth. Everything's good. Okay. Okay. I touch a start. Hit cancel. And now it's going to give me the option. You see, Mr. and Mrs. Joe, retirement party, wedding, whatever, Christy and Robert, and then Brittany and Josh. So I could choose. Simple, whatever I click, that's what's going to be printed out. Easy enough?
Yes, thank you so much.
Very cool.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if I don't want this, I just, I can just remove it, hit OK, uncheck it, and we're good to go. Any questions?
Real quick, when you were starting out, did you give people like a lot of options when it came to templates? I know you probably created a whole bunch now that you can throw out there. Like someone says they want a wedding, these are my colors. Do you give them these, like, or do you just kind of, how do you guide that?
Like when I first started, are you asking if I gave them like what Brittany asked?
Like versus when you first started with your 125 and you had this party versus like as you've grown, because as you've grown, I'm sure you saved much more different templates.
Yeah.
Of your work, if you're doing weddings or whatever it is. So like, do you offer people, or do you like walk them through it, show them what they have, what their options are when it comes to templates?
The thing is, when it comes to templates, I ask them what their colors are. And then I come and I design this and I send them a sample. So if I go back here, I can hit this sample button and I just save sample. And I would just say Joe's, right? Save it to my desktop, hit save, and I would send them this. And then this is what they would get, a sample like that, right? And then I would say, hey, here's your sample. Do you like it? They get 2 free edits. After the 2 free edits, I charge them $25 because the thing is, this back and forth stuff, wanting to get all these things. I mean, if you're having 10, 15 events, you can't, that's time. That needs to be, you need to get on to the next event. Not saying that they're not important because every customer is important. It's just your time is also money. And if you're wanting to get like this, if they're like, oh, well, I don't want that. I want this color. I want this. I want roses, or I want Wizard of Oz. I don't care what it is, to say, hey, look, after the second one, I am going to have to charge you for redesign. It's $25 per redesign. Great question, Misty.
Do you ever like ask them like if they have an example and then
Yes.
you can go based off of that? Yeah. Okay.
I always say, hey, do you have something that you have in mind? because there are some people that are be like, oh, I don't like this, I want this, I want that, I want this. And I'll say, hey, after the second design, I'll charge them the 25 and say, hey, okay, send me something that you like. But I always say up front, if you have something in mind, let me know so I can recreate this, or I can do something very similar.
And that's even good to know. Like I've done places that have specific logos, just like you showed us. If they give us a PNG or something of their logo, then we can kind of do the same thing and download the template as well, correct?
Yeah, exactly. It's super easy. You'll have something in mind that they show you, and then you can do it. Right? Because sometimes you don't know, you can't read their minds. So don't be afraid to ask, hey, do you have something? If they don't tell you, if they're oh, my white and gold. Well, your white and gold could be like, you know, like a beige color white, because you like that one, but they might not like it. So you just say, hey, what do you have something in mind? And it, you know, it saves you time, saves you like the redesigns fees, you know, and then you just don't want to go back and forth because then it gets frustrating.
Can I make a suggestion? Something that I do is I ask if they have a specific color palette or whatever, ask for the RBG or the hex code for their specific colors so that you can use their exact colors in what you're designing and there's no question about shade or whatever.
Do most people like,
Hello, guys.
hi, Josh. Can most people answer that question for you? Say,
If they've had somebody like design their flyer or their graphic, they should be able to. And also, like there's usually like a dropper tool on like little design programs, and you can use the dropper. Like if they send you their flyer, you can use the dropper and like pick out their color from their flyer as well. I'm not sure if Darkroom has that, but
So you remember what I told you? You could go back. Let's say you want to use the frame color and the RGB right here on the right hand side. You would ask for that. What Tiana said. Hey, maybe it's 45, 50, and 60. Those are the colors that they have. You put it there, and it'd be the exact color.
I wouldn't do that because even though you can put the right color on there, because the printer is a thermal printer, it prints with heat, it may not print the exact color. And then it may, you know, if the color doesn't look right to the customer, then they can be like, oh, well, I gave you the exact colors and you didn't print it off. It opens you up to more, to like for them to, you know, find something wrong, you know. So just kind of keep it
around the same color,
like, oh, it's beige or maroon or peach or something like that. But the more you know, it's just because at that point it's up to the printer, even though the pictures may come out good digitally on the screen. Because like what we see right here, if we put it on a different screen, it may look like a different shade of it, you know. And so that's just something to keep in mind, you know.
And the thing with that is, like Josh said, is not that I'm saying not details are great, right? Because you know you want to stand out and things like that. But when you get caught up in the details, you're not able to close more people, like because you're really focused on designing this one thing for them, whether you could be getting 3 or 4 events after and increasing your revenue, right? Like I said, I keep it to a minimum. I design, I send it to them. They don't like it, I'll redesign it. Cool. Like I'll add certain things. They want to add flowers or they want to change the font. Okay, cool, great. Do you like it? No, $25 after that. Just things like that. It goes. That's what differentiates being able to have 5 events, 2 events a month versus 5 events, or 5 events versus 10 events. Any questions? No questions? Comments? We got about 5 minutes left.
Christian, I did ask in the chat. I was just wondering
Oh, my fault. I didn't even
if
see
we
it.
can get like a recording of this today, because I just felt like it was very useful to reference. And I know I have my handwritten notes, but
No
Good job for
worries.
taking notes, Missy.
Yeah, good job for taking notes.
That's the
Yeah.
difference between success and failure is notes.
Exactly.
because our brains will fail us 100% of the time. So you always got to have another app that I use is called To Do, Microsoft To Do. It's right here. And so you can see my list goes on forever and ever and ever. And that's all the stuff I got to do. Oh, that's a lot. All right. But yeah, you can check so you can have shared lists. And so if you have business partners, you can share a list with them. And then you can put tasks on there. So like if you need someone to go to the bank, you can put that on the list and then you can assign it to them. And so like they go to the bank, they can check it off and it'll come up on your list. And so that make sure it's done. Because I'm the type of person like I'll be like going to sleep and then I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. And so I just put that on my list, and then the next morning when I wake up, I can just make sure it gets done. And then you can also set up recurring tasks on there. So for example, we had someone that used to work in the warehouse that wasn't like he was very forgetful. And so he wouldn't take the time to like remember to do the tasks every day. So we had to make a list for him that said, take out the trash and wipe the bathroom and do that. And so every time he would check it off, it would recreate the task for the next day. Or you can do like a monthly task or a weekly task or something like that. But that's how you stay organized, you know. Because if
Exactly.
you try to remember everything, you're gonna get lost.
How does this tie into your photo booth business? Why you, let's say someone, you don't, for some reason, you didn't close them, you didn't get the deposit. They say call them back in 3 days, but then you get 2 other calls. Right? Because someone who's ready to buy, ready to get your booth. And this customer is like, well, call me 3 days, I'll have a decision for you. Well, you're not gonna wait till the 3rd day, you're gonna call them on the 2nd day or the day after. And then you, like Josh says, 100% of the time, your brain will fail you. You will forget. Why? Because we're going at 100 miles an hour, doing different things, trying to design something, trying to talk to venues, because I know everybody's calling venues every single day and, you know, listening and watching Photo Booth Boss and learning all the things that we're throwing out there. You're gonna forget to call this customer. So that's where the to-do list comes into play. So you can call them, hey, you know what? This is what we need. Are you ready to make a decision today? Let's go ahead and lock you in, and boom, right? Then you wanna-
Yeah, and then like, so you have that, and then for those of you who don't like pen and paper, like me, my handwriting is so bad I can't read it.
Chicken scratch.
So I actually use another app called Evernote. And so Evernote is it's a digital notebook. And so the way it works is it's all on the cloud, and you want everything to be on the cloud, guys, okay? You need to be able to run your business off your phone, but you also need to have a good computer to run your business, because not everything can be done on the phone. But if you're on the go, like everybody else, you need to be able to do that. So I'm going to make another updated YouTube video on like my favorite apps that I use, but Evernote is one of them. So the way it works is you have separate notebooks inside Evernote. So there's a notebook specifically for my personal stuff. And then let's say if I'm planning a trip, right? Like I'm going to Amsterdam next year. So I'll create a notebook just for that. And then I'll paste in all the hotel details, like the airline information, how long I'm staying, the copy of the tickets. I'm going for a festival. I'll put the tickets in there. So I don't have to remember that. I don't have to be at the airport, you know, in front of customs guys pulling up my emails. It's all right there in my notebook, and it's available on every device. You can also scan documents. You can share documents in there, and it's all in the cloud. You know, we have a paperless environment here. Like the whole business is run, you know, strictly online. We use Google Drive, and we use Evernote and then To Do. And so if you're new to business and you haven't done this before, yeah, so To Do list, Evernote, and then To Do list. Microsoft To Do. Microsoft To Do. So if you're new, you know, a lot of people I run across say that they repel technology or they don't like, there's too many apps, you know, but apps make your life easier, and life is already complicated. So give yourself a break and use an app to help solve that, you know. Just like HoneyBook, Christian was doing everything pen and paper, you know, before he came here. I mean, I love to bring that up and poke at him because he was losing money at the end of the day. Everything comes down to that, okay? And you need money to take care of your family, your children, your loved ones, right? That's why it's at the forefront. You know, it's your duty to be successful, and these apps are going to make your life more more successful, so you can achieve your dreams and your goals. And you know, don't repel technology is what the point I'm trying to make. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do that or whatever the case is, but inevitably you make your own life harder as much as you don't want to do it. But there's you know, if you have some kind of issue, whatever it is, there's typically an app that can fix it, or something out there that can get you help. Just for example, like today, I was trying to get insurance for, I'm buying a property and I was trying to get insurance. And then we called the insurance broker. He's like, oh, well, I'm at lunch right now. And when I get back to the office, I'll give you a call and you can give me all the details. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I need this now because we're going to close on the property tomorrow. So I went on Google and I just typed in like, you know, insurance. And, you know, there's companies like Berkshire Hathaway, Next Insurance, 3 Insurance, like there's Thimble, there's a bunch of new insurance companies that provide insurance, and you can get a quote in 5 minutes. You know, in like 10 minutes, I got the quote, it was done, I had the proof of insurance. So stuff is changing so fast, like the banking systems for the business banking. I had to go to the bank today, I lost my card, and it was, you know, it took 25 minutes just to change my PIN number. You know, you walk in, you talk to the teller, and the teller got to get you over to the business banker because they don't have the authority. You know, leave all that alone. You can go get a bank account now at Bank Novo, you know, and that's free. And you can do that, you know, in 5 minutes, all on the app, all on the phone, you know. And I use that, and you know, Innocent's using that. Christian still likes to go into the bank because he used to be a bank teller, right?
Yeah.
He's still using Wells Fargo and he's getting charged $14.99 a month when there's a free.
He likes to poke at me, you know.
Yeah. Well, I want you to learn from his mistakes.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. The thing is, like, why if now the one thing I do say is having Josh right next to me has took me
All day breathing down his neck.
Yeah, you know, has literally surpassed my thoughts and my goals that I thought I was going to be at age 26. What I thought I would be doing 10 years from now, I'm doing it right now at the age of 26. It's an amazing opportunity. What I'm doing for you guys here, it's going to jumpstart your business. It's going to jumpstart all these things. Why? Because it's going to differentiate yourself from being able to be mediocre to great. 10x. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, 3 things. Write this down, okay? This is the difference here. There's care, effort, and attention. That's the difference, right? That's the reason why you bought from PBI, because you knew I'm going to take care of you, right? If you bought from Christian, he put in a lot of effort. He gave you a lot of attention. All right. And that's what you need to do for your customers. You have to do that for your customers. And that's going to separate you because nobody's doing that. Nobody calls back. Nobody's working. Nobody puts in extra effort. Everybody wants free handouts from the government. All right. We gotta get you gotta put go the extra mile.
They get upset for $1,500 that they didn't receive the stimulus check.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making, you know, where you can make 6,000.
All right, just do extra. Do a little bit extra. It's that last part that nobody's willing to do. It's the last part. And if you can do that, if you put in the effort, then that's why Photo with Boss is so successful. You know, he puts in the effort. He makes the phone calls. He puts himself out there. He's doing the reportings. And, you know, it's not that we're not capable of it. We're all capable of it. We just got to do more. And someone's got to push you, you know. And I'm going to push you if you come on these calls. We're not going to have lazy around here. All right. And I don't want to see a bunch of failures. If your booth's sitting there and collecting dust, that's on you because there's a lot of business out there. And you got to just go get it because nobody else wants to do it. Nobody wants to make sales calls anymore. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody's scared of the camera. Everybody's scared of picking up the phone. And then if everybody's scared, where are we going to be at? That's just more opportunity for all of us, right? My competition won't get on camera. There's no other photo booth manufacturer getting on camera, teaching on YouTube. Nobody's doing that. Why? Because they're scared. But, you know, you guys made the right choice to come here. We're going to take care of you and just copy everything we're doing. If you see Josh on YouTube, you need to make YouTube. If he's using Bank Novo, you got to use Bank Novo. I actually just switched over all our accounting to Bench now. Okay, for the accounting for the business. Misty, you got a question?
Yeah, quickly. I was just going to ask along the lines of technology, like where do you guys like to use when it comes to like invoicing and things of that matter with your
HoneyBook?
Yeah, HoneyBook.
HoneyBook.
HoneyBook is that's
we're gonna go over HoneyBook a little bit next week. It's gonna be like the first part of it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have an open floor for questions and things like that next week.
And if you go on to any of our latest YouTube videos,
Yes.
just look in the descriptions. There's going to be a link for HoneyBook to get you a discount on there.
Yeah.
And it has an app and it's really easy. to use, and it, like when I was doing this, I had to use like about 7 different applications. I was using like Hopper, I was using DocuSign, I used Adobe, I used QuickBooks, and all that now is inside HoneyBook.
Yeah.
I'm so upset and jealous at the same time. So you guys need to take advantage of that, because like I said, every day there's new solutions coming out there. Now there is other management apps like HoneyBook, but the thing is, those apps were made by people that like 1 or 2 software writers got them, you know, and
HoneyBook has really good customer service.
yeah, and they're a large corporation. Okay, and anytime you got option to get a service from a large corporation or an app from a large corporation, it means that they're gonna have the best integrations, they're gonna have the best customer service, they're gonna resolve your issue. Because if you got a glitch in your system because somebody in, you know, their basement's making it, and you know, they're just trying to make money because of the opportunity, that's not the case. HoneyBook has been doing it for a long time, right? Darkroom has been around for 20 years. You know, that's why we use Darkroom, right? I don't want to go make my own software. That's illogical for me to do that when Darkroom's been doing this for a long time. So we use their software. We have our photo booths, and that's you know, it's perfect. So make sure to use stuff that's tried and tested. You know, there's a lot of new apps popping up that, you know, they solve maybe one problem, but HoneyBook solves all the problems.
Yeah, it's easy. And we'll talk about it more in detail. Again, thank you guys for joining us.
All right,
It was
thank
a
you,
pleasure. Real quick, before we head out, go practice Darkroom, design design a photo booth, design an overlay or template. If you don't have your photo booth yet, you can download Darkroom free trial, and then you can practice and you do that, right? I'm gonna see who does it. Maybe I'll ask you guys to show me what you created, and then other than that, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, thank you, everybody. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. And we can't get a copy of this email?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
upload it probably tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
It takes some time to
sometime.
download it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.